For the album cover of Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish and her crew spent over 7 hours trying to get the perfect shot. 7 hours of holding her breath, falling backwards underwater, coming back up, getting in as much oxygen as she could before doing it again and again, over and over. On the surface, this might seem like overkill, or I guess underwater might seem like overkill. It seems excessive because to us, most of these shots are basically indistinguishable from one another. But to go through all that anyways in order to materialize your vision as accurately as possible is exactly the thing that makes creating art so special. And it doesn't just apply to album covers, it applies to all your favorite video games, movies, books, and TV shows. These things don't exist without the culmination of skill that is only possible through passion, experience, and collaboration. So when I see several intelligent and based replies like this one, I know we as a society are in a good place. So I posted my video on Angel Engine last month, and unlike all the other horror goombas covering the topic, I came in like the brave and strong alpha male I am, and sent something slightly critical on the internet. And obviously the root of my beef with the series was because of scary buzzword number 20. But I really tried to dig deep and examine the specific reasons that make the series so ass. As someone who makes art, I obviously have an inherent bias against AI, for about a million reasons you've heard before. But even regardless of all that, I still just felt the series wasn't very good. Basic things you need for a series of this nature, like consistency, attention to detail, and visual storytelling, are all just non-existent or severely nerfed because of the means that were used to make it. And I was happy to see that a lot of people actually understood where I was coming from. Like, a lot of the points I made, I feel like genuinely came across and didn't just read as me going, AI bad! Everyone vote for me! Yeah! Drug hate computer! So I was really happy to see that response. In fact, dap me up, my boy. So there was that. But I was also incredibly happy to see that the most intelligent and enlightened members of our society decide to step down from their ivory thrones where they're all handling each other's nutsacks and decide to bless my meager comment section with their unfathomable wisdom.
Artist ejected, appeal rejected. Someone is mad they can't use their useless talent to make money for long.
Nah, I was actually mad 7 months ago when I got laid off from my job and couldn't make money off my useless talent anymore. I wish I were in a more profitable field, like writing angry comments under YouTube videos I disagree with. Yeah! I do really like the implication that, like,
now with AI, anyone can make art, not just those pretentious artists.
When the only people actually profiting are the billionaires who are the reason your groceries cost half your paycheck. So, great own, brother. This one's really gonna keep me up at night. Also, just to be clear, I'm not blacking this guy's name out of respect. I'm blacking it out because it's a literal slur. So, we're in for a good one. Oh shit, there's new videos out.
Free yourself from fresh.
Ha ha ha.
No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I thought you died in Miami, you son of a bitch.
Ha ha ha. Why the shocked faces? You didn't really think
Aw, man, I missed you, buddy. You look great. Man. And to just think, last week you were shot dead in cold blood. So anyways, our favorite Fear and Hunger NPC is back and is ready to unveil the new technology that's been hyping up for the past 800 years. And I just want to wind back your memory to what I said about the big metaphor of this series and what I was predicting this new technology would be. Like, Ertzman is almost acting as an analog for Unearthly himself. Like, people like me calling Unearthly a fraud because he's making this entire series with AI. So the fact here that he says he has something else cooking up that doesn't rely on the Angel is really interesting and makes me think that Unearthly is thinking about making something that doesn't rely on AI to try and beat the fraud allegations, I guess.
Now, without further ado, let me present to you my blessing upon this world. The world's first artificially created angel.
That's right, Ernstman has created an artificial angel named Barakiel. So that leaves the whole subtext of the series and Unearthly himself in a bit of an awkward place. My interpretation of the whole concept of the Angel Engine was that it was an allusion to AI, a technology that performs instantaneous miracles, but at the cost of the Earth and our humanity. But now that Ernstman has created this artificial angel, now that has me thinking differently. Perhaps the Angel Engine could actually be an allusion to the working class. All the people that will inevitably be replaced by artificial workers, slaving away at thankless jobs, constantly being exploited, and having your cries for help constantly ignored, until you decay into something unrecognizable. And then, boom, you're replaced by a Tesla bot, and now all that money you need to support your family, that goes bye-bye. You gotta sell your kids to afford the new Mario Kart, bye-bye. Does anyone ever notice that it's only ever artists who get upset about AI and literally no one else? You're actually extremely incorrect. In fact, just the other day I was standing outside of Walmart and I just said the word artificial to this guy, and he started making this face at me. He may have been having a stroke, the poor bastard. I wanted to check on him, but I just wanted to get my Happy Meal and leave. I think people who believe that their job, or the vast majority of jobs, won't be affected by this relentless and unregulated push for AI, and that it'll only be useless artists and desk jobs that get gutted, are being incredibly short-sighted. Ah, nah, man, I'm a plumber in the second tower of Babel. Ain't no way a robot's taking my job. Have fun on the welfare line, dork. I guarantee, however safe and secure you feel right now, is exactly how artists and comp science majors felt like 2 years ago. And now, here we are. However long you think your industry will be stable and safe, the technology will advance faster than that and destabilize it. Also, it's not even just people losing their jobs that are complaining. Talk to any teacher and they will not stop bitching about how illiterate their students are, and them using ChatGPT to cheat is only exacerbating the issue. I don't know about you, but I'm genuinely terrified for the generation that's going to grow up and not gain essential critical thinking skills. It's a lot like Ernstman, who throughout the story we've seen give up a large part of his humanity in order to further his goals and stroke his own ego. And if the use of Uriel in the Angel Engine represents the last shred of human integrity he had, then creating this artificial angel is the final step to him completely pushing his humanity aside. And it's honestly a really great metaphor for the mass adoption of AI in general. Which makes it so awkward that this was made with AI! Like, clearly Ernstman's being framed as the villain here, so why the fuck would you have him performing actions that allude to the very same actions you're performing? It's like Chris Hansen writing a manifesto on why maths is a valid sexuality. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
First 10 minutes of the video, rest of the video,
If you're against AI, then please stay away from AI included series, because you'll only ramble about AI instead of focusing what it tries to tell, regardless what it uses to tell or what it doesn't. This is the main problem with artists. Lol. Wow guys, this is truly a marvel. Somehow this person watched my entire video and managed to tune out everything I said that didn't make him mad. As I've clearly just demonstrated, for this series in particular, it's actually kind of impossible to separate what the narrative and what the story is trying to tell us, and the means that were used to make it. I mean, it's literally in the name. Angel Engine. Should have used AI to write that joke.
How to awaken your angel engine.
Jesus, man. Okay, I'm listening. Jesus Christ. Bro, what did he do to their voice? Like before, it was just sort of a quiet, whispery tone. Like, clearly meant to be creepy, but I mean, now it just sounds like it's, well. Ah! Hey, Midjourney, can you make my artificial angel sound like it's in the middle of coitus? Thank you. So, we once again return to the step-by-step format of the earlier episodes. A tutorial on how to awaken your Angel Engine. Not entirely sure what that means, but the instructions are pretty simple. All you have to do is prepare your mainframe, prepare yourself for what is about to happen, and last of all, bleed.
Awaken the machine's hunger.
Jeff? Did you hear me? Jeff? How was it, being dead and all? fuck you.
Yes, he asked a pretty reasonable question. Like, hey man, everybody really wants to know, what comes after this? What is the afterlife like? And Ernstman just says, fuck you. So Ernstman is clearly not doing well here. Like, he's going absolutely loony, if you believe it. He keeps seeing visions from his time in the afterlife. Specifically, this guy. He's either contracted some form of PTSD from being dead, or, more likely, he's not entirely Ernstman anymore. We actually have a supplementary post that tells us the initial attempts to revive him with the Angel Engine were actually failures. Like, they fully strapped him into the machine, but then the procedure just didn't work. But clearly he was able to come back through some unknown means. So it is very likely Ernstman made some kind of deal with the devil, and now he's starting to feel the consequences. He was in the fuck around portion for the first part of the series, and now he's in the find out portion. Which, you know, is a cool little plot development, if it wasn't all presented in the goofiest way ever. So I know I've been mainly harping on the visuals, and trust me, they're still not great. Like, where the fuck is this talk show filming? Carter Pewterschmidt's house?
Dancing, walking, rearranging furniture.
But the voices are just so bad. The flat delivery of Ernstman's AI voice just makes every moment that's supposed to be dramatic turn into an absolute clown show. Like, I would almost prefer if there was no voice acting at all, just make everything text-based, or even just rip off Faith. Not gonna lie, I feel like using AI because you have a dope idea but not the means to bring it to life is legit to me. Why would I spend hundreds?
Should have used AI to write this comment for you.
Why would I spend hundreds of dollars on something I'm just doing as a passion project as a single individual? Absolutely flawless logic, D's. I never even considered the fact that I could work on a passion project without putting any actual passion into it. I feel like people who have never made anything don't understand that one of the greatest catalysts for creativity is limitations. Let's say you have the story in your mind, but you just can't draw at all. Your right hand was blasted off in a tragic plumbing accident. You still have other options that don't involve making pristine artwork. You'd be shocked by the things that you can make with just photo manipulation and clever video editing. And whatever experience you gain from that process will be yours, and it'll accumulate, and you can put it towards the next thing you make, and keep getting better and better. And then suddenly, you don't need an AI to tell a compelling story. Whereas, if you just type a prompt into VO3 to have Crazy Frog using his clitoris as a kickstand, your idea just gets spat back at you. You spend maybe 30 minutes tops on it, and then you move on and forget about it. It's completely hollow, disposable, and you get about as much satisfaction from that as using a Snapchat filter. Calling yourself an artist and animator only drawing 2 frames of the same shitty cartoon analog for every video is insulting. Like, good for you. You can draw a circle on top of a rectangle and add some details. Bro, I know middle schoolers who make crayon drawings better than this. Wow, Kamina, you're right. I didn't realize drawing a circle on top of a rectangle for every video actually made me a bad artist. Now, could I be petty and go and overlay footage of my professional animation and FX work from various high-profile productions, as well as clips from my grant-winning film that screened at the Chinese Theater in Los Angeles? Yeah, I could be. But I'm gonna be the bigger person, because I see through this comment. I see real sadness, yearning. He wants more out of my videos, and I'm willing to deliver. I know that's what you wanted to see. What's actually wrong with AI art? I get it if a person has acted like they did any work then type the prompt, but artists take inspiration from other artists and make their own original piece. Same with AI. They don't steal images, they take other images and make a completely new image. You can't debate it. You guys are just cringe. You're a bot. You can debate anything, dog. There are living, breathing humans right now debating why spending $90 on Mario Kart is actually a good thing. Like I said in the original video, in a vacuum, I don't think the idea of people being able to just make their ideas magically visualized is an inherent moral wrong. The problem comes in when you think about AI art as a technology and an industry. Cause like, unlike what you said, AI doesn't take inspiration to make something new like humans do. It copies images and scenes, remixes them, and spits it back out with zero originality. Any artistic sensibilities or growth that the AI has are just being borrowed from someone else. There's no human experience dictating the decisions being made. Great art tells you something about the person who made it, what they like, what they feel about the world, what scares them. Like having a hyper-realistic portrait of Barack Obama performing the Kaioken is infinitely funnier when you think about a real person spending dozens of hours on it. But since it was made about 30 seconds with ChatGPT, it gives a nose exhale and that's about it. Y'all are just butthurt that AI was used for a good story and creativity for once. Anyone realize they ripped a lot of their plot off from Baroque? Basically the series, but actually so far, special the way people thought this series was. There's a robot game that's exactly like ripped off from that came out a couple months before Angel Engine. Yo, it's so funny how artists be yapping all about this. Like, brother, nobody give a fuck. Nobody?
Should use AI to write this comment.
Stop crying. I came into this video expecting a good video, not an AI hater just because you felt offended. Well, Doge, I really appreciate your input, but frankly, you're an orangutan dumbass for coming to my channel and expecting good videos.
Mr. Earthman.
Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? So I'll say that this little opening intro here is definitely the creepiest imagery the series has had up to this point. And I tell you what, it has less to do with the AI art and more with the video editing that's gone into it. There's a very unnatural cadence to everything that's really unsettling, and I think that's another moment of Unearthly's true talent shining through. Assuming, of course, that this was all done manually and wasn't just generated in between crazy frog prompts. So we then get to this guy that I've never heard of, having an intervention with Earthsman, trying to get through to him and get him to stop saying strange shit. But brother just keeps on yapping.
You have no idea, Stephen. You can't help me. You can't help yourself. You can't help anyone. Now, my eternal rest is no more. Now, my mortal wound spreads. Now, Babylon has fallen. Now, I am...
And it just devolves into madness from there.
A voice was
okay, it's Uriel. Wait, who the fuck was that? Wait, who the fuck are you?
And bitter,
who is that?
Weeping Rachel.
Rachel? Who's Rachel? I don't weep for Rachel. What the fuck are you doing here?
Kind man of God, won't you end my suffering?
I wonder if there's any Angel Engine lore experts that understood any of those cameos and were super hyped about it. Like in the same way Star Wars fans are like, no fucking way. They're bringing back Bongo Freak? Okay, so it seems like we're finally being properly introduced to this Dark Souls starting character from the earlier episodes, and we're finally going to get some context to whatever the hell was happening in those episodes. Also, stop me if I need to lay off the crack pipe, but I have a theory. The connection between Ernstman and John Angel Engine's glowing blue eyes, and now Ernstman saying this strange esoteric shit, makes me think that John Angel Engine, the one who's been guiding us throughout this whole video, may actually be a future decayed version of Ernstman. Seems like from this episode, and Ernstman's assertion that Babylon has fallen, we may actually be looking at the world at two different points in time. The past, with Ernstman being a sick little bastard and creating his angels, and now in the far future, with these decayed angel engines begging this young man for help in freeing them. At least, that's me coping that there's a coherent narrative here. Because honestly, so much of this reeks of just trying to make sense of the earlier episodes and the AI art that was spat out. Gotta bait out that film theory follow-up somehow, I guess. I don't think it's fair to criticize film theory for being hypocritical about their approach when your video is doing the exact same thing. See, what you don't understand is that the video is on my channel, which means everything that I say is morally and objectively correct by default. So, this was probably the one thing I wish I had been clearer on in my original video, because it's definitely my point that was misunderstood the most. I wasn't saying that it's hypocritical to make a video on Angel Engine even though you don't like AI. My point was that it's hypocritical to start the video with that pretense, and then proceed to make a completely non-critical piece that only presents the series, its story, and its presentation in a purely positive light, like film theory videos typically do. That's what I was criticizing about the Gnomes Did Film Theory covering it. Now if we want to talk about hypocrisy... But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on the topic. I'm not going to cover Angel Engine again, unless Unearthly switches to using human artists. What the fuck is happening in this thumbnail? Why is a spokesperson giving Ernstman the broke boyfriend hug?
Free me!
God damn it! Where is Jeff? What are you doing?
You want to know what I'm doing? I'm playing Block Blast is what I'm doing. Now be quiet, I'm trying to blast my block.
Well, a series of solos says this, it was bound to happen.
How bad's the pain from 1 to 10?
10.
Good. I think this one's good to go. What do you say?
So, the overworked bastards at the second Tower of Babel have gone full military-industrial complex and created these mechanical soldiers imbued with energy from the Angel Engine, known as the Angel Core. Their function is essentially to be smaller and more portable versions of the Angel Engine, being able to perform artificial miracles that are deemed a little too small scale for the Angel Engine to get tied up with. Hey, look at it now. Hey, it's so friendly. Hi, Angel Man. Hey, look at that. It's just kindly grabbing that
Should
reporter's
not be
shoulder.
doing that. Turn off the camera.
Oh my god!
Turn it off now.
Jesus, he Han Solo'd the poor bastard. He was 1 week away from retirement. So clearly these guys are just made to be killing machines and will likely continue to lead to the fall of the society. And I will say, this is probably one of the creepiest characters we've seen so far in this series. One of the most consistent talking points in support of the use of AI in the series was that the uncanny nature lends itself really well to horror. And I mean, sure, I would have agreed with that maybe 2 or 3 years ago, back when AI was still in its infancy, and it was genuinely spitting out weird, uncanny images. But now, AI is at a point where the art it spits out is just conventionally good. Like, there's nothing uncanny in this series that doesn't clearly reference uncanny artwork made by humans. So basically what I'm saying is transmutate from Beast Wars brand so that this guy could walk. God, that thing gave me so many nightmares. So now that we're here, what are my updated thoughts on the series? Has my opinion been swayed by the new episodes, as well as the 10th level intelligence philosophers in my comment section?
No.
I mean, I could pretty much copy and paste my conclusion from the last video and it would still apply here. So just go to that video and skip to here to hear my thoughts laid out. Cause honestly, it's hard to feel like it's even worth repeating myself, when no matter what I say, I'll still get comments like this. Author of the series is so based and right for using AI, it allows people without time and energy to create art to actually create something. Artists don't have a monopoly on art anymore. God bless new tools for all people, not only for elitist Luddites. Luddites? Huh. I learned a new word. And it's just really funny to say that artists have a monopoly on art when we're living in a time where actual artists have never been valued less. I understand that it is a privilege to have that bit of spare time and energy to put into a hobby or craft that you enjoy. But if you think AI art is the solution to that problem, then by that logic, why don't you just have AI play video games for you? No, what? That's a stupid fucking idea, you Goomba. I actually enjoy the process of playing video games. It's how I relax. I get to do it with my friends. I like grinding towards a goal. I like the competition, and I like how I feel once I've hit that goal. Why would I want an AI to take all that away from me?